Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. I haven't been doing much bonsai work lately. I've been working on the plant room. I'll take you back in time Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and show you what I've been working on. Here is a look at the plant room now. So I've got my plastic on the back wall and I have to remove this sort of cupboard unit here to be able to get at the plastic on the wall at the back to attach it and seal it off, and then get this wall sealed up too. So I've decided I'm going to take this out. It was a cupboard from the hallway here, kind of in here, a shelf to put stuff. And I think I can make better use of it, you know, making maybe some long shelves for the plants to sit on. It used to just have the one shelf on top and the rest was all kind of wasted space. So yeah, so I'm taking it out and then I'll have to fill in the hole in the wall there. And then I can get all my plastic up. So that's what I'm working on. Yeah, it's looking very sealed in here. That's the idea, is to keep the moisture in the room here and the air and not up into the structure. I have got that cupboard unit out of here. So you can see a bit of a mess left behind here. Let me step in the plant room. Yeah, a lot of debris that's accumulated between that cupboard unit and the wall. So at least I can get at everything now. So I can get my, I'll get this all cleaned up. And then I can paint this corner of the floor with a black tar to match the rest of the room. And then I can continue with my plastic. So that'll be really nice having access to here. Then I'll have to think about, you know, shelf units and things back here, how I want it. I do have those two rolling benches that I could put in here. They're really handy because you can move them around. I got my blocks this morning. You can see the stack of concrete blocks there. I've got another stack in the middle and one here. So I'm going to put that table that's always been at the front window here on top of there. And then the flood tables can go on top of that. So that's my plan for this area. It is a beautiful day. I've got the hallway all swept out here, so I'm ready to put the black tar on the floor. And I've got to do the patch in the plant room here too. So, yeah. No time like the present, so I'll get that all on. I'm really happy with this black tar. I thin it 50% with Varsol. And it works really well as a floor covering. It's very, very durable. It survives like all the winter boots and everything coming through here. So yeah, it's a good coating. I have got the first coat on. So there it is. You can see the floor is all black in here. Yeah, so it's a little light in some spots, so I might have to go over with a second coat tomorrow. I'll let this dry tonight with the doors open here. It's looking pretty good. It's nice and thick and black where I did it last year here at the entranceway. Yeah, so I can't do much. I'm kind of cut off from the plant room until this tar dries. The last 2 days have been absolutely beautiful. Warm, t-shirt weather, sunny. Really, really nice. I'll show you some of the fall colors. Here's the trident maple. You can see it's beautiful reds, oranges, and yellows. Beautiful fall colors on the trident maple. Another one is this maple here. This just grew from a seed in the seed tray. I have no idea what kind of maple it is, but it gets beautiful red leaves on it in fall. So a good one to cultivate for fall colors. My royal oaks are getting some nice colors on them. Yellows, tans. Yeah, really, really nice. Another nice one for fall colors. My Norway maple here. Another one with beautiful fall colors on it. Yellows, kind of, I don't know, golden yellow with some red hues. Yeah, really, really beautiful. Over here, my apple tree has got some nice colors on it. Some yellows, sort of greenish yellows. Yeah, really, really nice. My larch forest over here is just, some of the trees are going quite brown and the leaves are falling off. Others are just starting to turn color. So I'm not sure what it'll look like for the club show, but maybe you'll get all different stages of fall colors on it. Maybe some will be yellow, some will have their needles dropped off, and some will just still be turning. Interesting. My sugar maples here also get beautiful fall colors on them, reds and yellows and oranges. Absolutely beautiful. So that'll become a forest for next year. Over here, my Osage orange forest, they get beautiful yellow colors. My red maples, my native red maples, beautiful colors in those too. The elms, they all go yellow. Yeah, they're quite beautiful too in the sun. Here I am in the greenhouse here, so I'm going to turn on the water system. I've just been doing it manually because I only do it when it gets a little dry in here. So here it goes on. So I just turn it on about once every couple of hours. Even when it's sunny out, it stays quite humid in here. You can see the vents up top. They're just barely open. So the humidity stays in the greenhouse quite nicely. When I move all my tropical trees indoors, I'm going to have to clean the glass in the greenhouse. I've got a lot of green algae forming on the glass, and that's just because it's always wet. So yeah, I'll give it a good clean before I make that transition from the tropical trees to the hardy trees. So that should be enough water. I'll turn it off now. I love it in here. It's like a rainforest. Benches are all dripping and nice and humid. You can see my ficus are still growing in here. Lots of new growth on it. Yeah, they're liking this weather. It's sunny, warm and humid in the greenhouse. Really, really good for plant growth. No great big changes to the plant room this year. I'm just working on that inside. Yeah, just sealing it all with the plastic, keep the humidity away from the building. I got my ventilation up in the roof. So yeah, some good structural changes. And then I got to fit all the trees in somehow. That'll be the hard part. My floor is all dry. It looks really good. I like it. So I took apart that shelf unit. So I'm using the wood from that to close in this wall. So this opening will be closed up. And I can even reuse all my panels that I had on that piece to close it all in. So that's good. I don't have to use any more wood. My hole in the wall is no more. So there it is framed in. So I'll have to add some insulation to that area. And on the back side, over here, I've got the panel. So I was able to reuse all the wood I had. I even reused some of the screws, but a lot of them are really rusty. So I'll have to get some more shorter screws to screw those panels in place. But yeah, that's it. It does the job. My next step is to add the insulation here and then put the vapor barrier up on this end wall. I've got the insulation in place in that former opening. You might ask, why am I insulating an interior wall? It's because the porch out here is a cold porch. It's not heated at all. So the heat comes from the plant room and I don't want it escaping into the porch. Here is a look at the plant room now. So I've got the plastic on this wall. It doesn't quite reach the bottom, so I'll have to add a strip along there. And then I've got to get out the red tuck tape and seal all my seams, taping them all up. So it'll basically be a giant plastic bag, this room. So all the moisture will be kept in the room. It won't get up into the structure of the building. And if a little bit does, I've got my attic up here now with ventilation, so it'll evaporate. I don't think condensation will be a problem this winter. Hopefully, I don't get the big pools of water under the plastic here. My plant room has made a lot of progress in the last few days. However, my trees for the KW Bonsai Society's show this coming weekend haven't made any progress. So tomorrow is Wednesday. I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days to get my trees ready for the show. So I'm going to have to get busy on that tomorrow. That was a look at the plant room progress.
It's slowly coming along and we've been having some really nice weather, so I've been working on it quite steadily. I'm going to finish this video by picking out some trees that I'll be putting in the Kitchener Waterloo Bonsai Society's fall show. I'm going to put the same trees that I put in the Toronto show into the KW show because they're all ready and prepped. But there's a few more I want to put in. So if we come in the greenhouse here, I have my Sarissa down here. I'll put that in the show. My Portulacaria Afroforest, I'll put that in the show. Maybe my Desert Rose Forest, I'm not sure about that yet. And maybe my Yucca Forest down here too. I think they'd look good. I could put my Ficus Fancy down there in the show. It's looking pretty good. It's got a natural layer of moss on it. That's another possibility. We're going to put our $50 challenge trees in the show. Matt's got one, Jay has one, and I have one. So that's three $50 challenge trees that we can put together in the show. That'll be kind of an interesting feature. I'll also put my Chinese Village Penjing in the show. Needs a bit of cleanup, but it's certainly got lots of moss. I might have to remove some of it, but the trees are looking quite nice. Out on the benches here, the fall colors are fading fast. The leaves are falling off the trees. My Osage Orange Forest has some nice fall color on it, but it's not really pruned up well enough to look good in the show. I have a lot of long shoots. Yeah, it's if I prune those off, I won't have a lot of color in the middle. I think that's one for another year. There's not much else that has fall colors here. Let's go to the end benches. So the Trident Maple has great fall color, but the tree's not developed enough. And same with this maple here, it's just not developed enough. My Norway Maple here, I really like it. I love the red petiole on the leaves and the yellow leaves. It just looks awesome, but it's not developed enough. I was letting it grow out. So that'll be one for the future. You know, it'll look fantastic in a fall show someday. Over here, I've got my Avatar Grove. I'll put that in the show, and my Larch Forest. And you can see the colors on the Larch Forest. Some trees are quite advanced and some are still green. So hopefully, you know, I've got 3 days to go. Hopefully I'll get a little more fall color by then. If not, that's the way it'll go in. I was thinking maybe my apple tree is a possibility. I think if I prune it up, it'll look very spooky because it's got all that deadwood on the trunk, moss, and it's a very spooky looking tree. So that's a possibility. I'll see if I get time, and maybe after I prune it up, it just won't have enough leaves to look good. It'll just be bare maybe, but that might be okay too. I don't think there's anything suitable for the show in the poly house. I'm just having a look. I've got a few jades. I've got my mistletoe ficus here, which is looking pretty cool, but it's not ready yet. My big jade from Connor that I pruned down, that cutting. Oh, maybe the crown of thorns. It's looking very nice. Actually, my other one, if I can get it out here, it's looking pretty good too. It's colorful anyway. Yeah, beautiful tree. So yeah, maybe, you know, as an accent plant or just as a small display on its own, might look quite good in the show. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think everything else is kind of in development. I'll have to put the work on the plant room on hold while I get my trees ready for the bonsai show over the next 3 days. I hope the warm weather continues so I can get the room finished before I bring all the trees in. That's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.